I'm Debbie Godfrey. Welcome to the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast.
Today we're going to talk about what to do when your child's whining and says, I can't, and is helpless and hopeless and can't do anything. This can be a really frustrating misbehavior, and many parents don't identify it correctly because they get so frustrated they don't feel sorry for the child anymore. But it's important to make sure that you continue to check in when your child's misbehaving and be able to recognize when you're feeling helpless, hopeless, despair, pity, or thinking how pathetic, because that's the clue that you'll know that this child is in the goal of inadequacy or avoidance. You'll see both those words interchangeable depending on which books you use. There's two different names for the same goal. Okay, so the first thing with this goal is when you recognize that you feel helpless or hopeless, what can I do? Because your child's whining or crying and is being helpless and hopeless. Then you want to see if you can find a way to break up the task or chore, whatever it is you've asked them to do, into smaller steps and celebrate successes. So what this might look like, let's say you've asked your child to pick up their room and they're whining, I can't, I'm too tired. Well, then you can say, go in the room and look around and say, how about if you pick up everything that's red first? Or how about if you pick up all the toys first? Or how about if you pick up all the clothes first? So look around the room and see what's a pretty interesting way to break it up into smaller steps. And then as they finish each component, you can stop and share and celebrate. So, yay, you did a great job. Take a break. So, give them a little bit of a break in between time, and that can really help as well. The next idea for this is to like what we do. Let's say the child walks in the room and drops their backpack on the floor, and we say, pick it up. Oh, I'm so tired. I had such a long day at school. Wah. And we try to make them pick it up. And the more we engage in this, the more they whine and cry and say they can't until they fall in a big pile on the floor. So instead of going to that battle with them, and it's not really a battle as in a power struggle, it's just a lose-lose situation that we get into with our children. What I do is if my child walks in and drops their backpack on the floor and I say pick it up and they start saying, oh, I can't, I'm too tired, I don't say anything. I just go over and put my arm around them and say, wow, you must have had a really rough day today, and kind of gently guide them or lead them over where the backpack is. And I actually bend down and pick up the backpack and then hand it to my child while I'm talking to them about what a rough day they've had. And as I'm talking to them, and they might be, saying, yeah, it's been, too much homework and my teacher was mean or whatever. As I'm talking to them, I walk down the hallway with my arm around them, and they throw their backpack into their bedroom when we go by. So without specifically addressing what the item is, which is what they've unconsciously chosen to engage you with, to just, what I call that one is distract them and give it to them. So if you can figure out a way to distract them and give it to them, it's a great way to redirect the goal of inadequacy or avoidance. And tomorrow I'll talk about something related to this goal that still applies, but it's not necessarily going to be that they're in this goal, but it sure looks like this goal. So for today, remember to distract them and give it to them, and break the task or chore up into smaller steps and celebrate successes. Have a great day. Happy parenting.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Debbie Godfrey, owner and founder of positiveparenting.com. I hope you'll go and check out my website and follow me on Instagram and let me know about what you thought about today's episode. Did you learn something new? Were you able to do something different with your children? Did you have a success story? Those are my favorite to share. Let me know. Contact me. I'd love to hear from you. And also, what future topics would you be interested in hearing about on the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast? Thank you so much for being here and for all of your support. Take care and happy parenting.